What's good, gamers? It's been about 30 minutes since the last episode, or since I last recorded the last episode. Fuck, man, can I get my shit together? It's been some time since I last recorded the episode. Same day. Um, During this episode, I just watched the sub. There will be lulls where I'll kind of explore the parallels between Dragon Ball and Journey to the West. I only know loosely what goes on, so I'm gonna try to listen to an audiobook or something tomorrow, just to kind of further my understanding of the source material. But there are some concepts in this episode that parallel or are directly taken from Journey to the West. I mean, the entire story of Goku is basically Journey to the West, but um, I'll hone in on the specifics in this episode. I kind of like the work that it is to compare the sub and the dub, so I think I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to ask my friends tonight to see what their preference is if they actually watch this. Gotta hear the call of the magic Dragon Balls. I'm also gonna work on my breathing just because it was so much to cover what was going on in both of them. But intro's over. It's episode time. Pilaf. Oolong, the pig, is still driving. Bulma's finally awake. It's been 2 days of driving. They are headed to, in the dub, Fire Mountain. In the sub, Mount Frypan. Bulma Bulma doubts the legitimacy that a mountain is entirely on fire, but notices that it is getting increasingly hot. Goku sees what appears to be a sunset, but Oolong reveals that it is actually just the flames of Fire Mountain. Um, Yamcha is tailing them on a motorcycle, and I think Puar is driving. He's like fucking stanced up, standing, one knee on the dash. The title of the episode in the sub is Mount Frypan's Gyumao, or Gyumao. Gyumao. That translates directly to Ox Demon King. So in Japanese, it would be Mount Frypan's Ox Demon King. In English, it's the Ox King on Fire Mountain. After the title card, we flash to Mai and Shu lamenting that they weren't able to do Pilaf's bidding, and hoping that he'll be nice this time, since they fucked up. Pilaf seems exceedingly kind about their transgression, I guess, and then gives them the old 180 and binds them with fucking hands that come down from the sky. In the sub, when Mai was lamenting his oncoming onslaught, I guess, she said something to the effect of, "I hope he doesn't thunder at us," meaning yell, I guess. And here we see he has Shu and Mai connected directly to metal arms. Yeah, connected directly to metal arms. And they say something to the effect of, well, we felt his thunder anyway. Um, that's specifically in the sub. In the dub, Shu said uh, something to the effect of, well, uh, what a charge. Something like that. We flash back to Bulma, Oolong, and Goku standing in awe of the mountain. Oolong's ready to go, but Bulma's like, no, we have to have this Dragon Ball. Oolong's still continuing his cowardice, specifically because he's afraid of the Ox King. I'm checking my notes here. In the sub, Oolong says the Ox King is known as the Demon Emperor. So he's a lauded figure. He's greatly feared. So Oolong in the dub explains that the Ox King intentionally set the flames around his castle in order to protect all of his stuff. In the sub, it is something to the effect of an accident that causes the flames. In Journey to the West, the Monkey King Sun Wukong, you'll notice striking similarity to Goku's name, Son Goku. Sun Wukong knocked over a kiln in heaven, and the embers fell down and lit the mountain aflame to burn for hundreds of years. So that's the official source material for Flame Mountain. It's understood that the Ox King has the sixth Dragon Ball that they're looking for inside of his castle, but it is completely inaccessible due to the flames. Yamcha's hanging back and plotting. He's still trailing them. He's hoping that Goku will fight the Ox King so that he can clean up the scraps. He's pissed off about Goku. That one tooth fucking rubbed him the wrong way. In the sub specifically, yeah, he just wants to beat Goku's ass after the Ox King beats Goku up. We're introduced to Chi-Chi as she's running away from a dinosaur, and we see the functionality of her helmet. There is a blade on top in a sort of mohawk type fashion. She's wearing shoulder pads and a bra and a pair of panties. I think it's all armor, but I'm not completely sure. And a cape as well. The armor is... I'm waiting for it to show. The armor is entirely pink. The cape is blue. Her helmet functionality, the razor like mohawk thing on the top of her helmet functions as a type of boomerang. The dinosaur that she was running from, she detached the boomerang, she like shot it off of her helmet, and it cut the dinosaur's head off. And then there was like a kind of gem in the middle of her helmet, and she used that to fire a laser and vaporize it. So Chi-Chi's extremely overpowered. The very first time that we see her, the very first time that we see her, she's overpowered. Yamcha knocks her out because she's about to vaporize him too. And he just leaves her on the side of the road. He's like, "Bap, okay, I'm out of here." Um, we see a couple shots of skeletons on the way into the Ox King's kind of fortress area, and they're wearing both Roman and Western garb to show that people have been trying for many, 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 many years um, to infiltrate and been unsuccessful. Bulma and Oolong see a window that Goku might be able to fly to, so he calls the Nimbus and tries to fly to it, only for the fire from the surrounding fortress area to spike up and catch his tail on fire. So he flies to a lake and jumps in. We flash back to Bulma and Oolong being confronted by the Ox King. He throws his gigantic axe at them and scares the fuck out of them. He thinks they are thieves. Oolong has pissed his pants, literally. He thinks they're thieves in both the sub and the dub. They're just biding time to try to prolong their life, or try to prolong their lives. And it's the Midgard. Whew. I'm going to take a couple deep breaths just because there's been so much talking. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Goku from the lake extends the power pole into kind of like a vaulting pole, and it brings him all the way back to where Bulma and Oolong are in the fortress area. Ox King believes Goku to be a thief. Rightfully so. He did just try to steal the Dragon Ball from the castle. As he's swinging the axe around at Goku. Goku's counterattacking with some kicks, and he just can't seem to do any damage. Ox King is that beefy. So he begins using the Nimbus to fly around Ox King and make him dizzy. He kicks him in the back of the head and does no damage still. He finally figures out that this is the Ox King, and the Ox King recognizes the flying Nimbus. He's like, "I know that cloud. You couldn't ride that unless you were worthy. Who gave it to you?" And Goku says, "The Turtle Hermit." He's like, "I know him. Do you know where he lives?" He celebrates, he being the Ox King, celebrates finding out that he has connection to Roshi. He celebrates like a child. He's like, "Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to get to go back into my castle." The Ox King also recognizes the power pole on Goku's back as Son Gohan's power pole. So Ox King is familiar with both figures in Goku's, both male figures in Goku's life. We find out that Muten Roshi, that would be his first name or last name, one of those. Muten, Muten, Muten Roshi, took on Gohan as his first pupil, and the Ox King as his second pupil. The Ox King tells us that Roshi has a fan that is capable of putting out the flames on Fire Mountain, called the Bansho fan, made out of a palm leaf. This is a direct parallel to Journey of the West. Once again, the Bansho fan in Journey of the West is the banana leaf fan. It has the power to control weather and put out the greatest of flames. So, naturally, the Ox King has sent Goku on a quest to find Roshi, retrieve the Bansho fan, and bring it back to put out the flames. Goku's like, sure, I'll do that, but I want a Dragon Ball in return. And he's like, do I have that? Yeah, I think I have a Dragon Ball. Uh, so they agree on that. Uh, the Ox King adds on an additional request that Goku pick up his daughter on the way back, as he just recently sent her out on a quest to retrieve the Bansho fan from Roshi. It's the same girl that Yamcha just fucking knocked out. Um, I don't think I missed it, but specifically in the sub, uh, the Ox King says something to the effect of, you should take her as your bride. You would like her. She's cute and fun. Um, I don't think he said that in the dub. Yamcha, spying on the Z gang, rushes back to Chi Chi before Goku can get there, um, to try to wake her up and make sure that she functions. And he begins putting the schmoves on her. Keep in mind, she is much younger than him, but he's kind of putting on a face to win her over and to make her not mad at him, so the Ox King doesn't brutalize him. Chi Chi's like, oh, you must be in love with me. I love love so much. I'm so embarrassed. Oh my gosh. Maybe we're gonna hold hands. Um, she says, I wonder if I'm even old enough to have a boyfriend. And I have to ask that same question, Chi Chi, are you? She said, oh, this is happening so fast, and lucky for her, Yamcha's driving away. He's fucking fully split. He noticed Goku flying in on the Nimbus, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna hightail it out of here. Goku flies down to Chi Chi. He's like, hey, are you Chi Chi? And she's like, yeah. Why do people keep recognizing me? What's going on? Um, it's a little bit different in the sub. Um, she says, oh no, are you in love with me too? And he's like, you seem like a pretty nice person to me. Um, Whereas in the sub, it was more like, are you in love with me? And he's like, what do you mean by that? What is love? He he invites Chi Chi to come with him to Roshi's place, and says she has to be of pure heart to ride with him on the Nimbus, and she just climbs on. She says, to be the daughter of the Ox King, you have to have a pure heart. Um, to get on the cloud, she grabs on to Goku's tail for leverage, and he is completely stunned. This is where we learn that Goku's tail is his greatest weakness. Yamcha was spying on them and finds this out. He's like, okay, great. I have this information. I can take advantage of this next time, and I can wait for them to get the sixth Dragon Ball, and I'm just gonna chill out because he's lazy. Um, Goku offers his hand to Chi Chi to kind of give her stabilization. Um, uh, again, again with the Goku fucking patting women on the crotch. He kicked Chi Chi this time. Okay, difference in the sub. He kicked Chi Chi on the crotch to make sure that she was a girl. It seems like he's getting better at telling. She knocked him. Okay, I thought they were going to add some context. She knocked him off of the cloud, and then she crashed into like some kind of bone thing. Dragon Ball just has these like large rib cages sticking out of the ground in the desert. Uh, in the sub specifically, after Goku kicks her in the crotch, she decides that now that he has done that, she has to be his bride. So, at least in the Japanese version, Chi Chi has completely decided she will be with Goku. Goku asks a dolphin for directions and actually gets them. Uh, he, being Goku, is upset that girls only ever think about kissing and boys and dating. And they make it to Roshi's place. He's like, hey, you're Master Roshi, right? And he's like, yeah, that's me. And that's the end of the episode. Whew. Lot of stuff happening there. Most just being Journey of the West parallels. I am going to spend some time listening to that tomorrow. Uh, I understand it's pretty long, so we'll see how much I get through. But I think I got pretty much everything. There weren't too many differences between the sub and the dub today. Um, in the sub specifically, Goku wanted to meet the Ox King because he was strong, so we see that part of his personality begin to develop here. Um, yeah, that's it. They dropped a fact that the mountain used to be called Chili Mountain before the flames appeared. And that's about it. Oh, also in the sub, Bulma predicted that Goku would pat Chi-Chi on the crotch. Like she just knew. She's like, oh man, I hope he doesn't do this. And then he did. So that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. That's the end of this disc as well. So, yeah. Lucky me, I'll be able to swap that over shortly. I'll give y'all a little taste of what the menu music is like. Um, yeah, that's it. Have a good night. Motherfucker. Okay, alright. I don't know what this is with OBS, but I keep like clicking the stop recording button. I should just hotkey it on the keyboard, honestly. But I keep clicking the stop recording button, and it doesn't stop. I don't know what's up with that. But okay, actually, good night. If you enjoyed this content, what do YouTubers say? Leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, fucking, no, that's it. Smash that like, hit the bell icon for notifications. That's about it. Okay. Dragged on so long. Probably nobody's listening at this point. I love you. Good night. Bye.